Goku's Seraphim form that is introduced in the latest arc of Dragon Ball Ultra Vegito has been revealed as a form, which has been derived from the angels, and this form was earlier used by the Xeno's guard Z, whom Vegito fought, and ultimately lost his one of the most important weapon, means his time rings. When Vegito was fighting Xeno's guard, it was revealed that this was taught to Z by the Grand Priest himself, but this form is never shown to be getting used by any angel while they were getting hunted by Vegito. So the question arises, how angels could teach Goku something that they themselves didn't already knew. I am a very big fan of Ultra Vegito, and I love how elaborate the story is, and the universe that is created by Call Me Arj, and this is the first loophole I can see in the story. But knowing the elaborate universe of Ultra Vegito, I really think we will see some more explanation of Goku's new Seraphim form. The main reason viewers are getting tired of Dragon Ball Super is because we get new forms in DBS without any explanation. And at some point it has become a norm in Dragon Ball Super that new villain comes and becomes the strongest, and after fighting some time Goku or Vegeta will reveal their new form which will save the day. But immediately in the next arc that form will become useless. Dragon Ball Ultra Vegito is no different, but I would really say that the power grading is pretty well managed by Arj. Until Black Frieza was introduced in the series, with him having the potential to become the best, and even challenge Ultra Vegito is not a very big problem. But if Frieza always had that kind of potential, he should have been shown to have a new kind of power at the time of his introduction in Ultra Vegito's story, to emphasize that he was already training, and only reason he is not able to achieve greater heights is because that he does not have any training partner which can help him to become stronger. And that way when Vegito was introduced he could have filled that gap, and Frieza would have started growing from that point onwards. Personally for me, it is hard to believe that Black Frieza wasn't able to increase his power from Granola Arc till Vegito's return in Universe 7, because it is almost 10 years of time for Frieza to train. He also seems to have knowledge about Broly, who became the new god of destruction after Beerus was killed by Vegito unintentionally, and knowing Frieza, it is highly unlikely that he will allow a Saiyan to stay stronger than him and do nothing about it. Frieza may have become more powerful in that time, but as viewers, we don't have any reference to see that. And a new form or a minor change in his black form would have been a good way to show that Frieza still wants to become the strongest. Now coming back to Seraphim Goku, Goku trained for 2 years in his mind space with all the angels that were absorbed by Vegito. Similarly, now that Vegeta has gone for training with Broly, the god of destruction, it is easy to conclude that Vegeta will do something similar, and will create a mind space with all the gods of destructions to teach him about the powers of Hakai. This leaves a very important piece of puzzle out in the open, and that is Yamoshi. Yamoshi was the first legendary Super Saiyan god with a similar caliber of Broly or even greater caliber. If Goku can train with angels and master Seraphim form, how is Yamoshi not able to learn something like that in millions of years of his existence? And if not Seraphim form, why not some other kind of form that is related to Hakai powers? Why is progress stopped at the time when he gained the powers of true Super Saiyan God, the form that looks like Super Saiyan 3 with red hair? Yamoshi certainly had the potential to do so, and was there a reason that Yamoshi stopped training? We know Saiyans have limitless potential, and a legendary Saiyan's potential is even greater. So what was the reason Yamoshi wasn't able to get past the stage of third of the 5 strongest? Did he lose his motivation, or was he happy with ranking as the strongest Saiyan in existence? I am not raising any questions about the story, but I would like Arj to give us some backstories of these side characters, so that we can learn about their motivations. I also think Frieza hating gods is not a good enough reason for him to join Ultra Vegito, and he obviously has the plan to betray Vegito, but why would Frieza think that he has the potential to defeat gods, knowing that he wasn't even powerful enough to challenge Beerus, and wasn't even considered to become god of the destruction of Universe 7, like Goku and Vegeta were considered? As per me, in the last 10 years something must have happened with Frieza. It could be related to the incident where he visited that planet where he learned about Lucif, or he could be lying about that part entirely, and he must have had found some secret about Xeno, or Grand Priest, like they are imposters, and the universe was ruled by other Omni King before them, and the universe is like a kingdom where anybody can rule if they have the power to do so. Frieza's main motivation was always ruling the universe, and if he had found a way to rule the entire multiverse, he for sure is not going to sit idle when Vegito has done most of the work for him by killing all the god of destructions and their angels. And that may be the reason why Frieza was stalking Vegito through that crystal ball, so that he can watch his plan being executed by a former slave of his. And what Vegito is doing to Frieza now was the plan of Frieza from the start, when he first saw Vegito back in Universe 7, to make Vegito do all the work for him, and then killing Vegito. The only miscalculation he made was that he never thought that Vegito could be stronger than him. And that's why he had to change his plan, as by fighting Vegito, he also learned how powerful the gods must have been. And if he's ever going to rule the multiverse, he needs to get as strong as Vegito, or maybe even stronger, so that he can ultimately betray Vegito and replace him as the ruler of the multiverse. It is also obvious that Vegito is also using Frieza and the other fighters inside of him to gain as much power as possible in a limited time, and now that Goku has found a way to gain powers through Angel's Way and Vegeta is most certainly going to come back with powers of Hakai, it is most likely going to be the same for Yamoshi, where he will realize that he cannot sit idle, and to fight on the side of gods and to get himself out of Vegito he need to become powerful, to an extent which cannot be achieved by Vegito, Goku and Vegito or any other scion or creature for that matter. So he can again side with gods and destroy Vegito from the inside to help the gods. Frieza's motivation are changing as per the latest video of Ultra Vegito, and now his main concern is not beating Ultra Vegito or the gods. Now his motivation is shifting towards surviving and not getting absorbed by Vegito, and Black seems to have found a way to help Frieza in that regards. But the true intentions of Zamasu is also not clear. He is not the kind of person who would help anyone, and that too, without any reason of his personal gain. We will find the motivations of all these characters really soon, as it seems Ultra Vegito story still has a long way to go, and we may be in the final arc of Ultra Vegito story, but still we could be very far from actual ending of this story. What are your thoughts on this? Comment down below if you have any thoughts about my review, or if you have a topic in your mind that you may want me to discuss, or any other fan-made story on my channel. I will meet you in my next video. Till then, goodbye.